Hello, this is Dylan Miller on Daily Dose of Dylan, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Spreaker, or iHeartRadio. Dylan Miller on Daily Dose of Dylan. We got some good stuff today. Basically, the normal agenda, very little NBA talk and all that. Actually, there is some NBA talk, more than usual. But, college football and NFL draft, which is in 9 days. And I'm actually going to reveal if the NBA was smart and based their award off value. Here is who the top 5 MVP candidates would be. Alright. So I was going to start off with Steph Curry, who dropped, 49 last night? Almost 50. Now, I think this is amazing. I'm not saying it wasn't, but I don't know if Curry's hot streak is all because of just him having his best year, and he was before this, but think about this. It's been a very, very bad year for defense. There's been plenty of 40-point games, and stars are sitting because of the condensed season. Simmons wasn't playing yesterday. That's a great matchup, him versus Curry. Defensively and offensively, because, obviously Curry's better at offense, but if he's going one-on-one with Simmons, it's a good battle, but we didn't get to see that last night. But, it's just been bad for defense. And stars are sitting. He's not being guarded by everyone. I heard this. I have a couple stats here. There has been the most points scored this season in 50 years. 51 people are shooting 40% from 3. He's been incredible. I'm not denying that. But 51 people shooting 40% from 3, that's double from last year. Curry has done a great job. There's no denying that. But just stars in general, not just Curry, not just a knock on Curry. Stars in general, who are scoring a lot. A lot of that is because of the condensed season. So, the Broncos are still looking to trade for the Falcons. So, Drew Lock. And I said this, I think they should, because you don't know if Trey Lance will be on the board or not. Sorry, I'm really tired right now. It is like 8:30 right now. But stars are sitting because of the... why am I reading that? Drew Lock is like one of those movies that has a great trailer and the movie is just not as good. You look at Drew Lock's highlights and you're like, he can throw very well. He's got this guy has a big arm. And he does. He does have a good arm. And, that's just... That's just, obvious, And that's not his problem. His problem is how, Sorry, why am I not... Alright. But, he's kind of like the anti-Derek Carr. Like, you look at Derek Carr, trailer is not that good, but the movie is. You watch the game, he's good. But you watch the highlights and it's like, eh. So, that's the problem, you could see him doing very, very well, in highlights, but you watch him in a game and you're like, wow, this ain't good. So, I would move off him. especially when you can get a Trey Lance or a Justin Fields, and you really wouldn't have much of a problem if you fired the coach and hired someone else. I said this before last season, they should fire Vic Fangio. Vic Fangio is number one on the hot seat. Last year you had Adam Gase, Doug Marrone, and Doug Peterson who were on the hot seat. And now Vic Fangio takes over. So here's another coach that doesn't have to worry about getting fired. Mike Tomlin just signed an extension with the Steelers. Every coach has something that they're best at that just separates them from everyone else. Bill Walsh and Bill Belichick, the two Bills. That's a 30 for 30, the two Bills. I actually saw it. It's a pretty good 30 for 30. I don't know if any of you can watch it. If you have ESPN Plus, you probably can. But getting off track. Bill Walsh and Bill Belichick, they're like much smarter than the guy that they're gonna go up against. You can guarantee that they're smarter than the guy they're playing. Like they're intellects. They're smart. They're smart people. Very efficient. You know, they're just smart, and they're just smarter than everyone in the room. They walk in, and they become the smartest person. That's just what happens. Andy Reid is very creative, more creative than he has a lot of tricks. Sean Payton is intense. Pete Carroll is energetic. Mike Tomlin has a presence that no other coach has. He never loses the locker room, and no good coach should. Sean Payton doesn't lose the locker room. Pete Carroll doesn't. And I keep yawning. Holy crap, I'm so tired. Bill Belichick doesn't lose the locker room. Bill Walsh didn't. You know, no good coaches lose the locker room. And think about this. Tomlin is honestly one of the most underrated coaches ever. He not only has never had a losing season. You know what because think about this, even Belichick has a losing record without Brady. Andy Reid, Sean Payton without Drew Brees is not as good. Pete Carroll was fired twice before Russell Wilson. You know, so even these, even these good coaches, you know, lose it without their right quarterback. He's 18-15 without Big Ben. He has a winning record with Mason Rudolph. He has a 500 record with Delvin Hodges. This guy is definitely a Hall of Fame coach. I don't care what you say, won Super Bowl. Never a losing season. Winning record without a star quarterback, which Bill Belichick so far hasn't done. So, I like this extension, definitely. It's a Hall of Famer. I think it's pretty obvious. Let's get some music going. Alright, Alright. Alright, so, the Dolphins are apparently, they've already moved up twice, but apparently they're not going to do so again, by trading, the 6th pick. Honestly, I don't know if you need that many picks, but, wouldn't be a bad idea. They could use another old lineman, and what they could do is trade down for Elijah Vera Tucker. Because I think the Chargers, if Elijah Vera Tucker is there, they're taking him. I think what you should do is trade with the Broncos at number 9. For the Broncos' sake, I think you trade with the Falcons, but on the Dolphins side of things, definitely trade with the Broncos. That way you get Elijah Vera Tucker, you need a left tackle, and Penei Sewell's going to be off the board probably, and who else? Rashawn Slater. So here the Broncos and get Elijah Vera Tucker, capable offensive lineman. So Dabo Sweeney coached what's his face at Clemson, Trevor Lawrence. He compared him to Steph Curry. And what he said about them is they're both great to watch. You just watch them and you say, wow. Like, you're simply wowed by their game. You know, and Trevor Lawrence is great to watch. It's just, like, different to watch him, you know? It's just different. You know, he just throws the ball so well. He has a big arm. He can run. He can basically do everything you would want a quarterback to do. He is incredible. He is a lot like Steph Curry, although Steph Curry isn't even... Like, Steph Curry did have a criticism coming out of college. He wasn't big enough. Too small, apparently. You know, and, Lawrence, he's not small. He's got a big arm. Throws the ball very well. He can run, you know. He might even be better than Curry, like, even more exciting to watch. It's ridiculous. He's been the best quarterback since he was like 15. So, I mean, that's what I got to say about that. That's like a pretty flattering comparison, too, being compared to Steph Curry. Curry compared himself to Patrick Mahomes, actually. I remember. And I mean, you look at all of Steph Curry's, like, circus shots and all that, and, like, Mahomes' crazy throws. Just makes sense. But, Lawrence, I think he's set up to be great in the NFL. So, Peter King blames Carson Wentz for the split with the Eagles. After Hurts got drafted, Wentz apparently had terrible behavior, and he did. I mean, I've heard he's, like, difficult, you know, I mean, he was trying to, like, switch up the plays to guys on Aaron Rodgers, so he can't really do that. And Rodgers didn't do that until he... Rodgers didn't do that until he had kind of the right to. I mean, you never have a right to change the plays the coach gave you. But once he built up a credible resume, he was like, alright, I can do this now. Screw the coach. Screw McCarthy, you know. But, Hurts, I mean, Wentz can be reckless. Think about this. What I don't get about his opinion, Peter King, is that, he mentioned Brady with Garoppolo and how Brady was mature about it, but he kinda helped Garoppolo get traded. When you really think about what went down in New England, like, he's the reason he kinda went to San Francisco. I don't think he begged for him to be traded, but they traded him because of how much they thought Brady. You know, and also that's Tom Brady. This is Carson Wentz we're talking about. We're not talking about Tom Brady. So it's a different situation here. But I mean, yeah, he can be a little reckless, a little difficult, but I do think the Eagles, I said they should have taken care of him better in his last couple years. Which they should. They don't have to coddle him, but they should have taken care of him better. Alright. Gosh, I keep yawning. I don't understand. So, I want to talk more about, I'm actually almost done with this podcast. I'm not that far off. Yeah, it's probably going to be like 25 minutes about. But, Trevor Lawrence was compared to Steph Curry. I can't just ignore that.